Hey, it's Dr. Stan, known as Dr. Breakthrough. And I always give a disclaimer, I can't provide a breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God provides it. Well, hey, you're now part of this extra, how to make an extra 9K to 90K or more in 90 days or less breakthrough challenge. We've been having special guests also with us. Well, today, oh my goodness, you're really going to enjoy today. As a matter of fact, you better tell somebody, call somebody, get them on this thing, or get them to watch the replay because we've got Brother T, Tony Williamson. And Brother Tony, welcome from the Nashville, Tennessee area, man. We appreciate you. And is it true you've had a time in your life where you've made an extra 9K to 90K or more in 90 days or less?
Yes, absolutely. And I did that with crypto. You know, a lot of people are just wading in and just getting started. I waded in about 10 years ago and I've been learning a lot, but I had a really good season back in 2021 and actually not bragging, but you know, I'll take it for what it is. I actually made over $100,000 in one day in crypto.
Whoa, whoa, come on. Wait a minute. I think you said that too fast. Somebody didn't hear. Now wait a minute. We're talking about how to make an extra 9K to 90K or more in 90 days or less. So 100K in a day would be a little more than 90K, and that's less than 90 days. So that counts. So again, 100,000 in one day. So folks, this is why again I want to bring you people with different stories, different arenas, whether real estate, crypto, network marketing, speaking, whatever the case. And this humble servant of God wants to share this with you to empower and inspire somebody. So listen to him again very intently. So say that one more time, Brother T. I just like the sound of that.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it was a long road to that point, right? Because it takes some work to understand this technology. But I did actually, I was as shocked as anybody might be that's listening to this story, but I was really shocked. But yeah, there was one day in particular when crypto was really just exploding, and I was on the right side of the table, so to speak. And my account, my wife's account actually was in her IRA account, and we earned over $100,000 in one day.
Wow, wow, wow. So
Yeah.
somebody listening now. So did you grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth or something? I mean, you came up in a rich home?
Well, no, no. We were working with her IRA account. She had worked her whole life and had amassed about, I think at that point that year we started with about 65,000, $64,000. And we were in that season, which is every 4 years. You know, crypto, Bitcoin in particular is a half reward is cut in half every 4 years. And so there's a kind of a summer season, or, you know, there's a winter, there's a spring, there's a fall, there's a summer. And we were in the summer, and that's kind of where we are this year right now. Crypto has made an all new highs here just last week, $123,000 for one Bitcoin. But we were on that ride 4 years ago, and it had gone through the winter. We got in at the right time with the right product, and we just let it blossom and flower, and it really did for us. And we made several $100,000 that year for her IRA account, which was just fabulous. But the other thing, and I just want to share, part of this challenge that I've gotten involved with and partnership and how you and I got in touch here, Dr. Breakthrough was this new idea. Back in the day, 15 years ago, there were people who started mining Bitcoin. And in the early days, the miners would receive pretty amazing rewards. I was offered an opportunity back in 2010 to buy 100 Bitcoin for $25 a piece. And if
What?
I'd been smart enough, yeah, if I'd been smart enough at the time, but I didn't understand the technology. And I thought, oh, that's just another fiat currency. But no, it's not. It's the blockchain is what is the technology underneath it. And if I had just known at that moment, I would have been able to buy 100 Bitcoin for literally 2,500 bucks. I passed on it, and I've learned my lesson since. And I think we are pretty close to the same place here with this amazing technology. We have another opportunity now with a company called Texit, and I know that's an opportunity for people to do this to earn 9,000 to 90,000 somewhere in there within the next 90 days, starting today, because you can literally earn the rewards from a miner, but you don't have to do the mining, you don't have to do the technology, you don't have to do the care and feeding of the equipment. That's all taken care of taken care for you by this great company called Texit, and the founder, Bobby. Bobby is the guy that's really responsible for all of that. So they're investing literally millions of dollars in mining equipment, taking care of it, the electricity, the cooling, the storage, the security, the housing, and all of that for us. And we can purchase the mining rights to those rewards, a portion of those rewards. So every day when I get up, and I did this morning, looked at my phone, and I was making money while I was sleeping. Right.
Wait. I'm looking at mine too, and I did the same thing. I'm with you.
Yes, sir. So that's really, this is an opportunity. And I looked into mining, but it was very technical. And I just didn't have the juice for that. And I don't have a lot of people in my family and some of my friends that want to try to tackle that technology. But with Texit, we can literally purchase the mining rewards from the miners, the nodes, the computer systems that he's building to mine this new coin called Texit. And Texit is a new coin that's going to, I think, really show for the very first time how cryptocurrency can literally be used in the open marketplace to save money and grow money. But as miners, we get the reward every day of the computer's processing power. And I call that hash power, but I relate that to horsepower. How much horsepower you got in your car today? And I look at my account and I go, how much hash power have I got today? Because the more horsepower I go, the faster I go, right? The more horsepower I've got, the faster I can go. And the more hash power I've got, the more miners I have, the rights to those rewards, I'm making money. The other interesting thing about crypto is, again, as I said, we're in the summer season right now. But the founder of this company, Bob Gray, has mapped out how this particular crypto could literally 5 to 10x here by the end of the year, and certainly by this time next year. So that's another super, super reward, like my opportunity back in 2021 to be in at the right time to see an explosive growth in the crypto that I own. And I think exactly the same thing is going to happen here with Texit Coin.
Wow. So folks, did you hear what he said? He could have bought 25 Bitcoin. So listen, I remember, man, I think I got Bitcoin was like $208 a coin. Now, those of you who've been following me, yeah. But those of you who are following me, I interviewed my good friend of 48 years, Myron Golden, the first guy that led to Christ years ago. And Brother T always jokingly tell people, we used to be Batman and Robin. I was Batman, he's Robin. Now I'm still Batman, he's Superman. but at any rate, but he was the guy that was always into Forex trading, day trading, and money stuff. Right? I was more ministry. He understood, he got this brilliant brain, right? So I just wanted to give him something because I said, man, you're the guy that helped me. Like I led him to the Lord, but he led me to business, right? And at the time he said, Doc, I love you, man, but I can't even receive it, man, because I got so much I'm going on right now. I don't even have time to try to understand that right now. And I hope you're not offended. I'm like, oh no, I'm not no problem. I just wanted to bless you. 9 months later, the phone rings. He says, man, forgive me. Oh my goodness, forgive me. And he's like, I can't believe it. I finally slowed down. My son, AC, got me to realize and recognize the power of this. And so then he was doing seminars teaching people about crypto, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency, and charging them $2,000 for him just to teach them about the power and the potential of what cryptocurrency can do. Now, this is the same guy that wouldn't even take it for free, but 9 months. So there has to be a time when the light turns on, and just like you could have had that opportunity, but you passed on it, and that's why I think you're so astute about what you're doing now, because you passed on a great opportunity, but then you made something happen, and now you see where that can happen again, but on a broader scale for people. And if you're watching, listen. Myron, we were joking the other day, we were on the phone and said, man, he got some Bitcoin. Well, when it hit $19,000 a coin, both of us sold most of it. We sold it out. I got it at $208 a coin and 19,000. So when I first got it, most of my apostle and bishop and pastor friends and evangelist friends, they thought I was like following the Antichrist or something. Like, dude, you fell off the wagon. Then when it hit 19,000, they started calling me like the prophet, Prophet, a prophet. right? Profphet. But anyway, so there's somebody calling now wanting to know about this new thing that we're talking about. But at any rate, watch this. So, and we were talking about how, man, what a mistake we made of even, although it was great, $208 a coin, 19,000, but it now is going all the way up to 120 something, what, 23,000, who would have known? And now it's projected to possibly go to $1 million a coin. But what you're talking about is something now that the average everyday person could literally create above average income in below average time with below average effort. And you're talking about hiring people, hiring their money to work for them. I think it was Warren Buffett that said you'll work until you die unless you learn to make money in your sleep. And Brother T, that's one of the things that you're doing now. You're helping so many people. And I know you just recently got started, but it's starting to blossom for you. So continue on, share a little bit more, because somebody that is listening is getting, I think they're getting, the wheels are turning for them. Because folks, I keep telling you, there's so many different areas and arenas and ways you can do it. You just got to find one or find a couple maybe, and you can do 5 grand with this and 10 grand with that, or 8 grand. I don't know, but I'm just saying, and somebody could do an extra 9K to 90K or more, because we interviewed your partner, business partner the other day, Carl Wilt, and I think in 100 days, he said he's right at 100K. That's amazing. But anyway, continue on, Brother T. I know your story is a little different than Carl's, but your story is powerful, and your story, my friend, is what people need to hear today.
Well, there's another advantage to this opportunity that is beyond what I was able to do in the past. In the past, Dr. Breakthrough, it was incumbent upon us to save our money. And our money wasn't going very far to begin with. Like most people's today, I think it's gotten even worse in the last 5 years, 4 years. But the point is, we didn't have any leverage. The leverage was, hoping, wishing, and dreaming and praying, that the market would do what it does and start to value the currency, or if you will, crypto that we were vested in. But with this opportunity with Texit, you have a huge advantage that I didn't have then, but we have it now. And that's called leverage. Because you can share this with other people, and that gives you leverage. And what I mean by that is if you become a Texit coin miner, then you have the right and the privilege to get to go out here and share the good news with other people that they can do the same thing. They can make a purchase and have the mining rights and start making money every night in their sleep, and they can purchase as many horsepower as they would like to put in their little money machine engine. But when they do that, because you're the one that introduced it to them, now you have leverage, because you can be rewarded with commissions and or more Texit coin and or, if you will, more hash power. In other words, you can add to the multiplication factor, the leverage factor of your own mining team, your own miners. And with that benefit, I think it's absolutely realistic. And Carl Wilt, as you mentioned, has really kind of proven the model. He's already has, I believe, I don't think I'm telling tales out of school here. I think he has over 80 miners already that he's acquired through helping other people. And so 80 miners will pretty much produce right now at current rates, even if Texit coin doesn't go up in value and stays where it's at today, he would right now earn over $100,000 a year. So he's already put the machinery in place to earn $100,000 a year if he ever helps another person. But with the leverage that Bobby Gray has set up in his strategy to crowdfund the mining, that's what's happening now. The people that support this crowdfunding by getting involved get paid day one. You start mining on day one, you wake up the next morning and you've got some cryptocurrency, you've got Texit coin. And it's becoming extremely popular very, very fast. I mean, I can't believe how many people, just since I've been involved 2 months ago. So for the first month, real quickly, I'll just share that I kind of sat on the sidelines because I wanted to be sure before I did share this with anybody, before I did employ leverage, that it was real. I wanted to know, am I making money every night? Yes, indeed I am. Can I move that money to an exchange and convert that to US dollars and move it to my checking account? Absolutely. It takes about 10 minutes to do that, right? So this is real crypto at work. It is available on real exchanges and can be transferred into your checking account. I got a new car this week, And because
Congratulations.
the leverage is working for me, right? I got a new car. I'm really excited. But I went to work after the first month, and now in the second month, what I did is I started out with an investment, and I don't like to use that term really. I really was purchasing the mining rights. It's not really an investment. And what I was doing, and past results are no indication of, as they say, future results. But
Yes.
the point of all this is not financial advice. But the point of all this is, I purchased the mining rights to 8 of those nodes, and now about 60 days later, I'm gonna say maybe 75 days later, I already have earned over $3,600 in value of the coin. So over 50% of my money is already made now in 2 months, just in the value appreciation of the cryptocurrency that I'm mining, which is Texit Coin. In addition to that, because I have shared it now and over this past 30 days with a handful of people, and I'm seriously talking about 4 or 5 people up until this week, and now I'm on fire. I shared it with 2 people yesterday at the car lot, and the salesman, he wants to come in and start right away. He wants to buy 45 miners right up front. I'm like, oh man. So that would literally guarantee him about $60,000 a year for the rest of his life in mining rewards, cash, real money rewards, even again, if the value of the coin doesn't go up, if it just stays where it's at. And that's not apparently what's happening. When I first started, it was about 60 cents. Today, it's about $1.80, somewhere in there.
Wow.
By the time you're hearing this message, it's going to be pretty close to $2. So I've already seen the first coins that my miners produced for me have already, 3x'd in value. And that's going to continue for the foreseeable future. So this leverage application, plus being in the right place at the right time when things are just beginning, which they are, the rewards for the early miners, the people that are getting in right now, Dr. Breakthrough, they're going to be getting more coins now per day than the people in the future, right? Because as more and more people are mining, there'll be less and less rewards distributed per person, but the value that you receive every day is pretty consistent. And it's just almost magical, but it's the power of leverage, and it's like compound interest. You just keep compounding your gains and using the leverage of helping other people by just simply sharing with them a video that you can make available to them. I know you've already shared some of these videos that we did with Carl Wilt just a week or so ago. I looked in there the other day. We already had over 400 views of his video. I mean, it's just amazing how many people are interested in this opportunity, and there's nobody listening to this today that can't take advantage of this.
Wow. 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 So if I'm hearing you right, you did your due diligence because again, you're a minister of the gospel. And so the scripture says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. And you take that serious. So you had to make sure everything was just right with you, set with you. And then when you got the go ahead, it's been, I think the last couple weeks you've really just started, because again you were making money just when you bought your package, you got the miners, that's making money. And again, the folks, I keep telling you that you got to understand, because again, poor people, as soon as they get money, they've been programmed. See, we all been programmed by the TV commercials, infomercials, and things that as soon as you get money, you're spending it. And when I married my beautiful wife Nadia many years ago, my ABCD adorable brown caramel delight, she taught me something wonderful. She said, baby, we don't ever want to spend money. We only want to circulate money. I said, that sounds good, but what does that mean? And she said, when you spend money, it's gone forever, never to return. But when you circulate money, it goes out and comes back, a never ending cycle of increase. So I said, I'm going to find ways to do that. And I believe Brother T is sharing as a way to do that. So poor people, as soon as they get money, they spend already before they even get it. Middle class people figure out, okay, with money, I can get better credit. Rich people say, I'm going to put my money to work and have my money make more money. And that's what you're talking about.
It is. And I want to share this, if our money's being inflated, and Lord knows it has been, then it makes sense to spend your money today because you're going to buy more products today than you can buy tomorrow, more goods and services today. But when you are mining cryptocurrency that is growing in value, then it makes sense not to spend your money because that same cryptocurrency that you are rewarded with today is going to be worth 5x or 10x of that value tomorrow, within the next 10 months or the next year or the next 2 years. I've been in this market now for about 8 years, and I have seen Bitcoin in particular literally go from $25 to $123,000. So we don't know. No, the past doesn't give us guarantees of the future, but we are seeing a high demand for the use of this coin as it is right now. It's on the exchanges, can be traded, as well as the growth of this company and how many people want to be involved in this. And there will reach a point, this is just a little disclaimer, but at some point, Mr. Gray has decided at some point we won't be building any more miners. In other words, they won't be offering this opportunity to people in the future. Now, if this plays out, and I really believe it will, in the state of Texas, yeah, there might be a Tennessee coin or a Colorado coin or a California coin or whatever. And so it could duplicate, which even increases the potential for all of us that are involved now, even at exponentially. But right now, it's looking really good, and it's proving itself as a viable product in the Texas marketplace with merchants, saving them money, saving their customers money. And for us as miners, it's very viable because we're seeing our wealth increase every day because the value of this coin is going up. And we do expect clearly, and Bobby's mapped it out, that we'll see between 5 and 10%, 5 and 10x value. So it makes sense not to spend your Texit coin today and let it mature and watch it grow. But if you're using a US dollar, it does make sense, right? It's prudent to, if the inflation is eating away at your wealth, to spend it today, and so we got two different models here. We have two different sides of this coin. So that's why I think cryptocurrency is the future of money. And we can move it across the internet. We don't have a person in between us. I can send it peer to peer without a bank in between me that I have to pay 3% fees to, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not popular with everybody because there are people that make a lot of money from us by using traditional currency. But I'm very excited about this opportunity with Texit Coin.
Wow. So again, folks, you're hearing from Brother T. And so again, how to make an extra 9K to 90K or more in 90 days or less. He actually has the exact roadmap that you can follow. So he partnered with Carl Wilt, and I've partnered with them. I spoke for the company and meeting with talked to the owner again yesterday, and we'll be meeting next week and working on getting them their own television show, different things, and I'll be doing some trainings and so forth. And even I'll be able to, as I speak and people want to buy my books and my coaching, they can pay me with Texit Coin because, Brother T, are you have the same understanding? It's
Absolutely.
scheduled to go. It's scheduled to go to $16 a coin within the next 6 months or so.
Yeah, that's Bobby's schedule. Again, we don't know that that's going to absolutely happen, but so far his schedule has been almost spot on month to month to month over the last 6 months.
Well, I got some statistics on that. They said it started at 2.8 cents, and in January it went up to 20 cents, January 2025. March it went up to 43 cents. Now again, just imagine if you could have got it at 20 cents, folks. But then by April it was 55 cents. By May, it was predicted to be at 75 cents, but it hit $1. By June, it was predicted to be at 99 cents, but it hit $1.03. So get this now, and that's when I got my miners, my package. Watch this now. But then July, it was predicted to be at 139, where we are now. This is July, the end of July. And 182, it's reached that. I think right now it's about 179, but here's the thing, that's almost an 80% increase. So folks, what I'm saying is this is amazing, amazing. When I started this challenge, this 9K to 90K, right? Here it is 10 days later, I think I got a call from Carl Wilt. Hey, Doc, I want you to come speak, man. I've been trying to tell you about this thing, but I was like, yeah. And when I went and spoke, I was like, whoa, wow, this is amazing. And so just real quick, it's amazing, but I've actually pulled some out because, again, a lot of people are skeptical. So as I pull some out, do the transfer, whatever. Of course, Carl has actual debit card, right? But like you said, when I started realizing, wait a minute, if I got it at $1.03 and it's at $1, let's just say $1.75 now, it's projected to go to 16. And every time he made a prediction, it actually matched that or preceded that. And again, instead of going to 16, if it only goes to 8, how would I, being a steward of God's money, be able to rectify my mind that I could? Now, if you missed Bitcoin, we understand that. But now with this understanding, right? And so what I'm saying to you is, my friend, This could be a way for some. Now, again, some of you doesn't apply for you. There's like just doesn't. Now, I don't know why you wouldn't want to hire your money to work for you while you're busy doing whatever else you do, but it's available. And Brother T, you and I now we're working together also because partners with Carl and yourself because you're Carl's partner as well. So if somebody wants to take a stab at this, are you willing to work with them and to assist them a little bit, and we could help them to get going and just hire their money to work for them, get these
Well,
mining.
I kind of follow the practice that Jesus, I think, taught his disciples. The teamwork makes the dream work, right? And so, yes, sir, absolutely. The giving and receiving are one. Is what my brother Jesus taught me. Giving and receiving are one. And I know the more I give, the more I receive. My abundance is multiplied. But my heart is filled with joy when I see people prospering who are struggling or have their hearts filled with fear, or I should say their mind is filled with fear and they are not looking towards their heart where love resides. And when they can have abundance in their life, then they can start, sharing it forward, passing it forward, paying it forward. And the more we give, the more we receive. Giving and receiving are one indeed, my man. Really do believe that.
Awesome. I heard the owner, Bobby, talk about the great thing about this is they have a way of affiliate program, but it's not network marketing. There's no authorship. There's a one-time purchase and there's no levels and no fast start button, none of that. But yet it's a powerful thing. So again, as Brother T mentioned, you can just have the mining and have your crypto growing. And like myself, every single day, the coins are going. More coins are coming into my account, but then every week those coins are going up in value every month for sure. But it's every week. I don't know. It was like a no-brainer for me. And if again, folks are willing to work with you, especially somebody who had over 100,000 in one day that he made, if he's willing to work with you, I know. I started working with him last night. I was like, man, brother T, man, you got some stuff here, bro. And so anyway, we'd love to be able to work with you. Again, if this is something that would help you. So, Brother T, if somebody wanted to contact you, give out your contact information and at least close out real quick. We just got a minute or two, but close out with a quick story. You just got a car, I think yesterday, new car, and you shared this with the salesman.
I did. I shared it with the salesman, and I shared it with the guy that was writing up my financial contract, the finance team. And both of them, the finance guy said, what do you do? And that's kind of the same thing. The sales guy said, what do you do? And I just started telling them a little bit about Texit Coin, and immediately, literally immediately, both of them were like, I want to know more. I want to know more. And the finance guy said, well, my son is 40 years old. He said, he'll eat this up. He said, this is exactly what he needs. He said, I want to do what you're doing. I said, yeah, I wake up every morning and I got more money than I'd have when I went to bed. Literally.
Wow. And that gentleman is getting several packs and so forth. So how would someone contact you? Of course, they contact me. I've got your contact info, but maybe they want to contact you directly because you also have a ministry. So how would they contact you?
Right. Well, let me share this, that we are working together as a team. And if somebody wants to contact me, I'm going to say, Dr. Breakthrough, I'm going to let you be the gatekeeper on that. And so if you feel like you and they need my help, I'm here to help them. I'm also here to help you, because a good teacher is really hopeful that his students won't need him anymore if he's doing his job right or she's doing her job right. So I have the heart of a teacher, and I like helping people fish for themselves. I'll fish for you and show you how to fish, but once you learn how to fish for yourself, you won't need me anymore, and I can drive around in my new car. I'll be happy to drive around in my new car. So I'm going to leave it at that. I will say that my ministry is a little bit different than traditional theology. And so if somebody's interested in that and they want to send me an email, you can do that at brotherT@outlook.com, and we can have a conversation about whether or not what I teach, works for you or fits for you at this point in your life. I'm not here to cause fear for anybody or change anybody's perspective on their relationship with the good Lord. And I love what I'm doing, and I work individually with people to help them maybe to see their relationship with God in a new way. That's really my ministry.
Wow. Well, I appreciate it again, Brother T. And I don't know why, sometimes it seems like some I'd say spiritual people, no, religious. Some people are so religiously minded that they're of no financial good. And that doesn't make sense to me. Everybody wants eternal prosperity, going to heaven, streets to go, gates of pearl, and all that. And everybody wants internal prosperity, to be able to have peace in the midst of a storm,
That's it. Very
trauma,
much so.
tribulation, to have that peace, right? But then
Right.
when you start talking about external prosperity, some people are like, oh, that might mess you up. No, it might
Right.
empower me to be able to bless more people and help more people, right? So there's temptation to being broken, temptation to being rich. And I've had both, and being rich is a whole lot better than being poor. And so anyway, my
Yeah.
friend, well,
Well,
thank you.
I'll add a point if I can. A lot of people are saying, I want more, I want more, I want more, but I'm afraid to have more, I'm afraid to have more, I'm afraid to have more. You know, what we've learned spiritually and in our ministries is that God has already given us all that is, right? Amen. We already have total abundance. There is no lack in God. There's no lack in God. So why are we experiencing that here in this world of form? Because we're doing this. We're saying, I want more, but I'm not sure I deserve it. I'm not sure I'm not sure I'm worthy.
Wow.
God knows you're worthy, right? It's when we change our thinking process, thoughts are things. When we change our thinking process, then we get to glorify in the abundance that God has already given us, because we're not saying I can't handle it or I'm not worthy.
Wow. Wow, wow, that's good. So again, Luke 12:32, fear not, little flock, is your father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. I said, Father, if it's your good pleasure, I receive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, we got to give a disclaimer as always. And that is, again, my friend, there's no guarantee of success. This information and testimonial should not be considered a promise of your results. Everyone's results may vary based on many things. We can only promise an equal opportunity for all that apply themselves. And I know if you're watching this, if you stay to the end, you're one of those ones that are going to apply yourself and you're going to see some amazing things. And my friend, if you get started with Brother Tony, I, and Carl, you're going to be like me. You're going to be able to get that thing in the it's like, yo, this is amazing, amazing, amazing. All righty. Well, thank you
What a
again.
blessing, bro. What a blessing you are, my man.
Well,
Really.
what a blessing you are, my friend. And let me just show them something that this is going to help people to do. You see the guy on the top left there, the money is causing him and doing all the work and is bringing more money versus the guy in the bottom. What I used to do, be working, pulling, trying to get the money. So instead of working for money, let's get the money working for you. And by the way, notice the smile. Look at Brother T up there smiling. Smile up there versus the guy down here grinding and oh man. So again, we'd like to help you. And that's what this breakthrough challenge is all about. How to make an extra 9K to 90K in 90 days or less. And I close with this scripture. Bible says this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. So we've actually been praying and fasting for everybody that takes this challenge, that you get the breakthrough that you desire and deserve. Thank you, Brother T. Appreciate you.
My honor, my brother. My honor.
God bless.